After a very, very interesting one, Komodo, on the opening map, we saw Hello Kitten fell Rooster on Mirage. Now we move into that second map here on Overpass. Are they going to close it, or will Rooster take it to nuke?
Well, that is going to be one of the big old questions, isn't it? Rooster probably pitted as the favorites in this series. Now one map down after an intense first map, getting it into overtime as well with an OCE classic, but now in towards Overpass, the map pick of Roosters. And he will be starting on that T side, courtesy of Hello Kitten picking CT, and already a wind of information, right? Hugh pushing up through long of A, which means that pretty much it is going to be B, and there's 4 players here for the CTs to fight.
We're ready. Here's the footsteps. We'll be able to get one. Will he get another, though? Close range with those dualies. Only able to fell that one, meaning Chelios does find a trade. Motion also getting a response. ASAP with another 80k, closing it. Q now, 1 on 3. And he is making his way in towards short water here. It is going to be a lot of pressure. I don't know if there was a kit around Komodo either. Potentially Motion might have picked that one up, but now here's Hugh. Creeping on up. All the positioning, very, very good for Rooster. Middle of sight makes it very, very tough to contest here. So this very well should just be Rooster closing this one out nice and easily. Footstep from Hugh. And that's basically round done. TJP to rip the head off, and Rooster open up strong.
Yep, steamrolling towards the B site. You overwhelm the gatekeeper in Ruffleco with those dualies, who unfortunately did disconnect during that round as well. Hence the pause that does come here. I believe potentially a game crash. So we'll just wait for that one to come back on through, and then we can get back into the thick of things. But with the stack on towards that B site there from Hello Kitten, the Rooster members just hit the shots where they needed to. Those pistols finding the heads and getting a very important pistol, because I think, you know, we were pitting Overpass to go the way of Rooster. My kind of question was being, how close is this going to be, right? Because we know what Hello Kitten are kind of capable on when it does come to this map. It's not like it's a complete foreign map for them.
Most definitely. Big one on the cards. That force back in. How's it going to work out for Hello Kitten? Ruffleco moving straight in towards mid. Does narrowly miss that opening shot. Wants to go for the additional contest, but he will fall away. Chelios just on the other side of the fire. He's keen. Very, very keen. Making his way up. Are they going to spot him? I don't actually know at all. Maybe this boost is enough. It is. That's very, very good timing there. Falcon able to find the opening here, Komodo.
It can be a settle down for a little bit for Hello Kitten too. Take away that Mach 10. At the end of the day, it was the weakest weapon for Rooster, but more importantly, it does put a little bit of a reset on what the T side has to plan for this round. A couple of smokes and a single flashbang to get back in towards the B site. Let's see how this crossfire does work for Hello Kitten.
Close. Valhalla gets the dink off. Motion gets one, but now he has to reposition into a very uncomfortable situation. Up close to personal. Pressuring him will be Nedic, and that makes it awkward. Misses the shot. Round back in favor here of Rooster. Ruffleco will be tagged away, and now it's just very much the question of, do they continue going for this? Hugh, definitely keen, but he has to hit a very tight line with this scout. Ruffleco moving on down. Hugh fires the warning shot now. The information is gathered, is there, and it will just be basically trying to do some damage. TJP and Nedic, they're going to deny. It's going to be a second round here for Rooster. They've managed to break the curse of the counter ecos. They're kicking on.
Yep, they'll be able to start to build up a good wad of cash as well, which is definitely something that you want to be holding on to on the T side of Overpass. I don't really want to see another situation that we saw on Mirage, where it was tit-for-tat rounds, where it was really bare bones utility and lackluster weaponry. I want to see good, strong rounds, good big fights here and there. But we'll have to wait and see what Hello Kitten's first gun round is going to provide us, as you made mention to. The first 2 for Rooster here means it is that full eco for Hello Kitten, going for a bit of a tower stack in the bathrooms, holding each other's hands. As Rooster get control of this B site, they'll eventually bring the bomb over there and play the remainder of the round out.
Having a think. Playing it patient. Chelios has obviously got an absolute world of control. Footsteps have been heard. Information gathered by Chell. And it is basically just clean up shop now. Bomb will be planted. A nice and easy wrap. Even jumping around. Ruffleco does manage to fell one, but only that was just an SMG dropped here. ASAP should be able to clear. Will So just Valhalla hoping for a Hail Mary shot with this dig. But realistically, it's just about Hello Kitty having a thought, having a chat about how they're going to approach into the fourth round. As 4 alive for Rooster means that they have a very good economy.
Absolutely. And that does really dictate what control they're going to be able to have for the next couple of rounds as well. Does Chelios stick with that Mac 10 or do they delete that and get a bit of upgrades here? Does look like they're going to be juggling around to play this round pretty respectful. You know, you just don't want to overinvest in one such as this, lose it out, and then lose another, and you don't really have a purchase to come through with the loss bonus not there. So it is still going to be that Mac 10 in play, the Galil for Chelios as well. And we'll see if they are going to be able to break things here for Hello Kitten. This is their first gun round motion with the AWP, but look at this, Mitch, it's straight into the B side.
What a flash as well. Great entry in. Now Ruffleco has to try and unfortunately pick up the pieces. They are all stuck in short, but that should basically start to pull off some of the members from the A position, force them to rotate. But Ruffle, oh, geez, I was about to say, he took a big risk and was about to reap the rewards, but ASAP punishes. And now it's all onto Valhalla on towards this B site. The rotation does start to come in from motion, but Valhalla also playing up very, very close and personal. We know that M4A1S doesn't exactly have many bullets inside it. And I think Rooster actually going to start to fall away, but never mind. ASAP getting it all done solo. 2 big important frags here for the big man as it's all on the motion up in heaven. Smoke goes down, and Rooster are just making it look way too easy so far here, Komodo, as I'm sure motion is going for this save.
He hasn't even shot the AWP, so it's an unknown factor at the moment to Rooster that this gun is actually in existence. And if motion can keep it that way, it could potentially be a very powerful weapon in the next round. But you can see the hunt from TJP. You can see that motion is being cautious as to the angles that he can get approached upon. But will timing get the better of him and that AWP get put in towards Chelios' hands? No. It's quick flick on towards Tej, but now motion has to try and hold on to this.
Rough as guts. Awesome stuff from Rooster, though. You know, not letting the previous map phase them in any way, shape, or form. Again, Rooster starts to have a little bit of a question mark thrown against them on Nuke, just given that opening series Wednesday evening, 16-13 was the scoreline. Success going the way of Rooster, but Hello Kitten certainly applied that pressure. But right now, Rooster has given Hello Kitten no space. Money is fantastic, except for TJP dropping down pretty low, but everyone else could reinvest a couple of times. Now they're looking to take that control of short water as well. Nedic actually very, very bold going through. Timing's good though. Manages to pick up 2. Yeah, takes the risk, and this time it pays off.
It's cheeky deeper smoke as well that does allow Nedic to get quite far into the water before he actually reveals himself, isolates any potential closer angles too. So nicely done from him, making sure that this AK-47 does live on for just a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Ruffleco and Valhalla still a fighting chance in this round to get some damage delivered. ADK Nedic quite low. The only problem being posed is that Rooster have kind of slowed down. They themselves don't exactly know where the remaining forces of Hello Kitten are, so they're still just inching forward towards the A site, and I do like that, Mitch. I do love the fact that Rooster are being honest with themselves, leaving no stone unturned, making sure they do not provide Hello Kitten a chance to essentially get this map started now and close out this series 2-0.
Yeah. That's really all they can hope for. You know, an absolute steamroll here on a Hello Kitten could potentially kind of throw their mental off a little bit. Maybe just some damage here, all they can really hope for. They've got Kevlar to work with. You know, but they actually could benefit taking them into the next round as well. It's really just if Rooster kind of want to throw themselves forward and try to find a couple of picks, but it doesn't look like they're going to at all. They just respect it. They leave them. Rooster playing very, very educated Counter-Strike here on Overpass. 5-0, 5 alive, great economy. Chelios with the AWP. Everything is going well for Rooster.
So what Ruffleco can do here. He was just waiting to see if he could remove the scalp of anyone, but no one from Rooster providing a chance for that. So the bomb will go up, and it'll be round number 5 for Rooster on the T side here of Overpass. With the max loss bonus money for Hello Kitten, they will be getting a comfy purchase here. Motion should presumably get the AWP back into his mitts too. So they'll have the weaponry that they can give it a good fighting crack. Last time there was that gun round for Hello Kitten, Mitch. That was still that Mac 10 in play. and Rooster steams straight into that B site now with the upgraded weaponry, no submachine guns or little lighter guns here. Does mean that it probably brings a bit of a slower pace to a round like this.
Will it pay off?
Oh, what?
Absolutely not. There's your answer. 80k, punishing 2. He certainly had a bit more impact in this one so far. All members of Rooster doing exactly what they need. 80k just holds down the trigger. And now as he moves up towards long, I think they actually managed to spot him there. He did. So Motion's even got a very awkward position to kind of try and play with now. Yep, done. Easy peasy. 80k is just getting this free of charge. Valhalla has to go big, and he can't even find... That's 1 HP. Everything is falling apart for Hello Kitten. Well, actually, you can't even say it fell apart, and it would have had to build to begin with. Building wasn't even there. The cement concrete slabs just...
Yeah, wrong game, Mitch.
Set right or something.
Building's in the other game.
Oh, sure,
The
true.
one we don't
Sorry.
talk about, yeah. But I will say that's a big hurdle that Rooster had to overcome. Another gun round for them secured. Really putting them in pole position in this map, forcing the tactical timeout out from Hello Kitten. You know, you talk about the fact that this is a relatively fresh roster in terms of strategy available. Not a lot of time to get everything in order. For a map like Mirage, where it's one that you're probably going to be expecting in a pool, right? You can get some time to practice that. But a map like Overpass, you know, like Nuke, like Ancient and Anubis, you know, there's a lot that can be floated here from a team like Rooster, from a team like Greyhound, if Hello Kitten were going to be facing up against them as well in an alternate timeline. So it really did come down to potentially what Hello Kitten has actually practiced and what Rooster is very fluent in. And right now, Rooster is fluent in finding the right pressure points to apply pain on this map.
Well, it's just such a big difference, you know, how Mirage obviously falls into the meta. You throw a team of 5 together, it can kind of work. But then you move into Overpass, more strategy required. And Rooster are just absolutely ripping everything apart. They haven't looked weakened at all in any stage of this map. And obviously, there's still plenty of the map to go, right? We're only now into the 7th round, but 80k is just able to walk straight up long, gets tagged up, but Motion can't even hit him. Down low a little bit, sure. At least a response can come through from Hugh. No members long, he should be able to pick up that M4, or the AK rather. Unless we do have old Shell wanting to go long. Will he find the cross? Will he find the timing?
Timing.
Narrowly misses the shot.
Looked like it hit the backpack of Hugh, and of course, player models, that backpack isn't a registerable, shootable object, unfortunately. Shouldn't be too round defining, however, in a round such as this, unless Hugh, with that stolen M4A1S, does find something sinister, then quite unfortunate for a missed shot like that from Chell. 45 seconds to go. Rooster still starting to creep up. Bomb the furthest away from the pack. Nedic holding that one. The next duel on towards Hugh is going to be very important. He is the only one currently at the alpha site. 30 seconds, Rooster. That's the utility. Let's see what kind of defense Hugh can set up.
Has to do it all, doesn't he? He'll manage to block the smoke tiny bit, but in this 4v4, do they regress? Does he get out? It looks like he will. Happy with that, actually. Might get some info. Might be able to deny the plan here, Komodo. He does. 12 seconds. Hugh, he has gone nuclear here in this round. All of a sudden, Ruffleco wakes up. Falcon joins him. A little bit of life thrown back into this map. I feel like we've been able to sit up straight now. Rooster were just lounging. But now I think they might kind of be thrown back just a little bit, but it's going to take a lot more. You know, they were up to 16k, basically. Rooster had heaps and heaps of money to work with.
I mentioned round-defining moments. It would seem that Chelios not being able to connect on Hugh was a very important factor in that previous round because it enabled Hugh to ultimately win the round. He doesn't find those 2 frags, the bomb gets planted, and potential hold from Rooster. So it's not probably the way that Hello Kitten envisioned themselves finding the first round on the board, but nevertheless, they do manage to gather it and starts to find maybe the beginning of something new. AWP for motion back, all the weapons there, all the util, one of the stronger buys that we see from Hello Kitten so far in this one, and no AWP for Rooster as well. So maybe this does change the way that they're going to be tackling this next round. We've got another match pause here just to sort couple of issues in the server. Give everyone a little bit of a thought as we do get that reset. All right.
It's all good. Back into it. FPS issues, I do believe, on one of the players. So they shouldn't be too far off. But yeah, look, that picked up the pace, certainly. I think the excitement kind of thrown in is the fact that more so on a side like Hello Kitten is it's typically going to be those individuals stepping up and kind of doing their part to turn the tide of the round, right? Whereas Rooster, way more well-oiled machine. There is some individual moments of brilliance, of course, but they're the five that kind of is in control. And it has felt very, very slow leading up until then, just purely because Rooster was so far ahead of the charge. But that's why the pace feels to have been picked up just slightly, denying Rooster some level of stability. But as I said, Hello Kitten still have so much more work to do before they throw Rooster off their perch. And now that the tech issue is resolved, we're going to be back into the match.
Wondering what the strategy from Hello Kitten in a round such as this is going to be. They can't just rest on their laurels and let Rooster come toward them time and time again. Change things up, go for a bit of an aggressive pace, an aggressive fight. And he's going to do that over towards Connector.
Oh,
though, unfortunately for him, Chelios just lines that one up through the smoke and finds a second as well.
Yeah, that's huge. Now all the pressure starts to mount. Medic inside that smoke. Will he find Falcon? Spots him first. Now Falcon's got to be careful. Valhalla peeking in towards short. TJP does manage to recover, but it's back to a 2-on-2. Now that they slow down, looks like ADK is going to be coming back in tow with TJP. Bomb in his hands. They've been split up here. Valhalla watching firmly towards the position. Gets that additional smoke down, so info is gathered. Emotion's just sitting very, very patiently. Look at his position. Watching kind of coming up from Maze. Also, if they walk into heaven, but
yeah, it suggests
so
retaking
Valhalla's
here.
Gonna have it all.
Shadow advantage there for Valid. He's caught sleeping a little bit. Can't quite wrangle the spray in the end, and now it is the one-on-one. The wallbang from Motion would finish it. Maybe even the Pokeball, but he's selfed it. Oh, that would have sealed the deal. The York gets a leg first on towards ADK. Second time's the charm, potentially. 8 HP to keep Rooster firmly in the lead.
Knows he's low, surely. Has to go for the pistol here. Motion moving on in, trying to get in there as quickly as possible. Has the kit, has the smoke. He's living in his head, though, a little bit right now. Does get the smoke down, flash off. He can just stick this. And I think he will, potentially. How long does he hold at 80k? Gets the spray.
Wow.
The clutch minister. The man has done it again.
8 HP
Missed
for
the
8
100.
kills.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you know, what it was kind of pulling over on Mirage. It wasn't too much. There was a very big, crucial round from him, though. It all but sealed the deal for Rooster. And now he's kept the really big speed run of Overpass alive for the team of Rooster. Can't help but feel a little bit there for Hello Kitten as well. All right, that HG grenade actually goes toward the default spot and it can win the rounds. Motion, he does get 80k in the new rounds.
Man, it's been so funny
time...
watching this dynamic between ADK and Chelios, right? Just watches him die. Crazy, crazy stuff. But nah, look, Rooster still in control. Even when they're pushed to the brink, ADK can clutch it out. Continuing forward, they've got cash. They've got some mid control now as well as ASAP's cleared out Connector. Still a heavier lean down towards that B position, but Hello Kitten, obviously, with the frag advantage. They just still have to be cautious that they don't throw too much away. Motion's repositioned over towards the map side. Does have a little bit of support from Dice as well from Hugh, who obviously was the one to pull away that round, but now Chelios gets the spot, gets the info. I'm going to jump there again. Motion punished, misses the shot. Now it's all back onto Hugh here, but this peak is so risky, so cautious he has to be. Up to the right side, drops one, ASAP with the response, but they're traded and traded. Now it's the 2-on-2 here, Komodo, and they're a little way away. Falcon, though, coming in from the flank could be big.
Yeah, split up right now. It's going to be a big task for Ruffleco to see if he just plays on the side of discipline and waits for the flank of Falcon to come out through long. It's going to be a big fight for Falcon right now. Catches the timing on a Chelios and nearly an opportunity, but it all Falls onto Nick. 1 versus 2. Here's the footsteps of Ruffleco. Head off the shoulders. Now the second knows the line from Falcon. Spots him out. Told by the Molotov. Sees him once again. Goes for the fight. And he can't quite get it. So Falcon holds on. Time for the defuse. It's a second for Hello Kitten.
I was going to say, if there was anyone that you wanted in your clutch position, it was most likely going to be Nedic. Very, very sharp shot onto that opening member of Valhalla. But in the end, it is going to be Falcon. Picks up the AWP. That's going to go back over to Motion. Had an important opener. But still, it just feels so bloody far away, doesn't it, for Hello Kitten? Rooster's still very much in control. This game also has been littered with a couple of tech issues, hasn't it? This time appears to be a mouse issue. Maybe a recharge needed.
Certainly does feel like Hello Kitten need a little bit of a recharge, though. You know, a couple of isolated rounds here and there doesn't really bode well for them on this specific map here of Overpass. But for Rooster, you know, Glimmers 1 round away from securing the half. Still a lot to play for in this first half as well. Nedic is down onto a Mac 10 already, so that may suggest that Rooster, you know, have a good tracking of the economy of Hello Kitten, that they can go for something with a little bit more speed into this round, potentially back towards that B site where they had good success earlier on in this map with the said rush.
So some decisions to be made here about that purchase, right? How do they juggle it around? Motion can invest, but potentially has to forgo the Kevlar. Much to ponder. But again, you know, Roosters still have cash. It is starting to get at least whittled away slightly. Looks like Nedic, obviously, you know, with that Mac 10, AWP up for Chell. And we have a recovery into the server. So what does Motion do? Looks like he's going to throw over just a FAMAS, I do believe. It's all worked out, though, to a degree. So happy days. Full investment in from the side of Hello Kitten. Just dropping down to that FAMAS, as I mentioned, obviously. But again, they're at the risk of the reset, right? You know, they've got a long way to go if they want to win out this half. Rooster still very much steering the ship here. And it's going to be a quicker hit towards B.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought was going to be the decision for Rooster, send in Nedic with that Mac 10, but he gets shut down almost immediately. The cavalry enforcement here for Hello Kitten, looking to deny shadow advantage once again. Valhalla cleaning it up nicely with Ruffleco. And it's a good placed round for Hello Kitten to try and close this one, but don't give away too much weaponry to Chelios, because that only hurts you from
At least some damage. All they can really hope for at this point. It'll be all a Hello Kitten mistake if they're unsuccessful here. Spotted, though. Few will find. And do they want that second AWP? There is a potential. They probably don't need it. It's going to be the AK instead, Wise. ADK still has plenty of cash, though, here. The rest of the members are starting to feel the strain a little bit, but they're very well maybe a secondary investment. Chelios the only one sort of below that 1,600 mark, so it may be A-okay for Rooster still in the purchase territory. You know, that T side, you can always still pick up the Galils. So it's going to be fine. Hello Kitten, the one still feeling the strain. Their money's gone up slightly, but they've got to make some wise financial decisions over the next couple of rounds.
Yeah. Still more expensive for the CT-sided purchases as well, so you got to be careful with holding your weaponry. Losing a couple of members previously to Chelios' antics does mean that you've got Val playing with the MP9 here, but he's happy as Larry to kind of lurk in the connector at the moment. Bit of a slower charge for Rooster here. More spread out, bit of short water control. Hearing footsteps, hearing rotations, trying to play with the util. That's going to be a good place. Molly actually softened TJP up nicely to 60 HP.
Looks to slot back in. Smoke did go down for him. Do believe Nedic was the one to deploy that, help out his boy. So feels like it's a B hit once more. ASAP this time clears Monster, but he's not overly keen. Nedic's actually picked up Valhalla in the process. That's a big pick in towards Connector. Valhalla putting himself on a little bit of an island here. 50 seconds left. As Rooster can now turn the tides. They can go back. They can head towards A here because along the way, ADK was sitting just inside the playground, waiting patiently. Again, doing his job as support, well needed. They have started to question it though now, Hello Kitten. They are moving back up.
Motion's going to have a choice here. Does he stay posted with the AWP, or does he place the smoke And then incendiary, potential HE grenade to buy time to deny the bomb plant, make it a little bit more awkward for Rooster's plant choice. He's going to be forced on back. The AWP line is held. TJP falls. Motion equalizes, but now it's probably going to shift into retake.
Great shot for Motion. 2 big frags. Goes for the leg shot through the wall, but obviously it was that 5v4, so they've managed to at least re-establish a bit of a position. Chelios, though, makes it equal. 3 on 3. AWP lines. It's got to be Chelios again, the king on the sticks. So Roffelko and Hugh consider it. They've still got a long way to go. Chelios watching from the truck, seeing if there's going to be a boost coming out. He walks straight through. Roffelko hasn't seen it. No
way.
How? The defense from Medic, they've got each other's backs. That's team dynamic. And Rooster walk away with an 8th. Chelios again.
No scopes. They ain't working at the moment for Charlie. He's gotten 1 out of 3 so far by my count with what we've been able to visually see. But at least for this time, Mitch, it is what you say. He has got his teammates. Well, his teammates have his back. An 8 secured for Rooster. Once again, Hello Kitten not with enough economy behind them to get in a big proper purchase. So it's going to be upgraded pistols. A little bit of utility for Hugh. Roffelko already losing his life in con. See if there can be any chip damage, any frag damage from Hello Kitten from here on out. But this pretty much just guarantees a purchase like this that Rooster are going to start to extend out this lead.
And they've already obviously won out the half. Damage dealt onto Hugh as well, dropping him. Advantage goes back the way of Rooster in the round. They obviously have taken this eco. This has been the thing. Hello Kitten, you know, have felt the strain of the economics. Not only back on Mirage, but also currently now here on Overpass. Feels like they've been saving every couple of rounds really on this CT side. You know, Rooster certainly didn't kind of experience the same struggles. Maybe a couple of times on Mirage here and there, but, you know, they're a team that's obviously so confident. The economy seems to work. Now straight up towards B. Good flashes. Very nicely done. Falcon gets 1.5, but now it's just on the motion. Round is done and dusted. So we just got to set that focus on to what will be the 13th. 9 for Rooster. And again, they are just looking so damn good. They want to respond with a vengeance. Take it to Nuke and kind of have that snowball effect, you know, dragging them into the next map of the series.
Nuke, I feel like, is going to be a different beast, however, because we've already got history on that map. 13 all into a 16-13 win from Rooster. Get into that upper slot to try and take a chance against Greyhound, which they took a bloody good swing at, I will say. But right now, full focus is on this map right now to close it and get us into that decider. Round number 13. AWPs are here for both of the squad's relative AWPers. And it's going to be the first opening duel from the both of them, it would look like. But Motion is not going to be seeing any noggins of Rooster falling on back. Another fight at long. And he splits the wickets.
A couple of missed shots here from Motion. You know, he's had some very, very good form, but in some moments that kind of would have such big impact, really, to take the team back. Medic did get tagged down a little earlier, but still all hunky-dory for Rooster. They are making their way up towards A, which is where they've shared a fair bit of success. They've split it nice and evenly, though, between both the sites. It hasn't just been kind of a one and done. And Chelios, again, just with the read. Like, this guy is so far ahead of the curve. He's created his own. Call it the Chelios curve. Makes it work. Left, right, and center. ADK. Oh, he's actually crept past. Who is that there? It's Hugh.
It's Hugh.
If he's overlooked...
Definitely. That Chell curve definitely looks exponential at the moment. Just keeps going up and up, but he wants to try and bring it back down. See if him and Roffelko can do it. They haven't really seen any bodies yet to try and make it to the floor. But with 40 seconds to go, now the action starts to happen.
Oh, man. That was the only real squander right there. You know, the fact that Roffelko had kind of a bit of a false sense of security in that position. ADK going big again. That's 3 in the round. He's turned it all apart. The man has just crept inside the dunnies. He's made his way all the way up to site, thrown Roffelko in the bin. And again, ADK's won the team around 12-4. He is sitting super pretty in this match. Impact galore.
Everyone in Rooster, a massive effort by committee. No one really falling behind. Everyone's got each other's back. This is definitely Counter-Strike that you do love to see from Rooster on this here map. Kind of feel like it was a little bit more absent over on Mirage. one or two of those rounds that look like that one and potentially does get the job done. But a fresh one once again, and we are kind of, you know, telling the same story. And we've already read the blurb. We know how this one ends, essentially. Hello, Kitten. It's not going to work well for them.
It's almost like that little consideration, isn't it? So, you know, you're going up against call it a pub stack if you really want to. Sure, you know, Hello Kitten have played together in the past. They know what they're doing. They know actually how each other operates. A few lands together here and there. But at the end of the day, you know, Rooster obviously getting these advantages on maps that are not in the middle of the pool at all, right? You know, even thinking back to the game yesterday against Greyhound where Anubis, they took the win. Inferno, they just got destroyed, and then they take it back to Nuke where they almost got another dub. So
nah,
it's
I gotta say,
like Rooster have got their success sort of more away from the middle of the map pool.
Yeah, I gotta say for Rooster, I think yesterday's series against Greyhound was probably the best Counter-Strike I've ever seen them play, like on maps 1 and 3. It was fantastic, just the way that they were pushing and pulling Greyhound in the rounds that they were winning. It was awesome. Yes, they didn't get the zeros at the end, but if we start to get a consistency from Rooster of that caliber, it's gonna be really cool.
That's all we can hope for. Rooster being, you know, a dominant force. Obviously, if they win here, we want them to perform overseas, right? They can't just go over and fall apart. They'll get some well-rewarded experience, courtesy of ESL. But the double orb setup seems to at least found some level of juice here. Motion gets a second. Chelios, though, and Nedic still alive. The Kiwi duo. Are they going to be able to find something else? Chelios has appeared to cross that line. If he gets onto it, where's Hugh? Left side.
It's tight.
Chelios has found himself into a good position for sure, but just got to be careful he doesn't overlook the angle.
You can technically flush him out with a Molotov, but do you put priority on that? It doesn't look like it. A 2 versus 4, you got to take some risks and use it later. Never mind, he looked for the challenge, but Hugh's going to win that one. Now it's a 1 versus 4. If you're a person of superstition surrounding Counter-Strike, Mitch, 11 to 4 is probably 99% chance how this round turns out. Then Zonic's Law.
He's calling. There it is, done and dusted. Will it be Zonic's Law, or will we see Rooster close it out and take us to Nuke? We're going to find out after a very, very short break. We'll see you back in a sec. After a very, very dominant start here from Rooster. Hello, Kitten. Look, it is that Zonic score, the curse score line. However, I think Rooster are very much in the driver's seat here, pole position, to make it very, very tough here. Chelios has even pulled off the silencer, and he's found the opener. Nedic's got a support frag as well, so that's exactly what we're kind of denying with the start here, Komodo.
Yep, doesn't really need it apparently, but maybe that was a little bit more than he could chew. As he gets his head swiftly taken off, bring it back in a realm in which Hello Kitten potentially can get back into this pistol round. 2 players for Rooster up towards the A side of things and 2 pushing short water should signify a lot of information for Rooster. If that door's open in con, they can continue to waltz on up, get a bit of a flank potential. TJP spotting info, so should give a good idea for Rooster on how Hello Kitten are going to be playing the remainder of this one.
Motion's got a couple. Maybe there is a bit of a plague inbound. Nedic, though, drops Motion. And fallen away. Nedic really, really playing it sharp here right now. 17 and 8, looking for more. Spots out the head of Hugh. He actually might be able to find it. Of course he will. He's just that good. Now Falcon, Big John running on in. Does lose focus for just a second, but managed to at least split the wickets here, Komodo, as he runs down towards that A site. We'll get the smoke down. What is the cross going to look like, though? He jumps on in. And we have to play with fire here, looking to spot out ADK. He has so many angles he needs to watch here. Flash over the top, information gathered. Got to be careful. You don't want to throw this one away. Nedic is low. Got to be the call for concern. Nedic's out to the right, but it's not going to be enough. Nedic's got the confidence behind him, and he's got 4 kills in the bag. Really, really knifing up towards the top of the scoreboard here is that Kitten, as he does.
There was a lot of opportunities for Falcon to be able to close that round, though. Peeking at Dumpster, peeking front of bathrooms as well. You know, you think about just those shots connecting, and Rooster would all but throw that round away to one that didn't have too much time left. Regardless, though, Mitch, Rooster do claim the pistol round with no bomb plant. Hello Kitten are going to play on the side of caution here. A couple of HE grenades. It's going to be a 3-nade stack. You more than often see that over towards the boosted sandbags at the B site, but unfortunately, that nade has done more self-team damage than opponent damage as they carry on the flames. That one's a better nade.
P shooting right now. Tapping away. A little bit of pressure applied, but not really a worry for Rooster. Happy days. Every single member dropping very, very quickly. No plan. Just nice and calm, nice and collected. Obviously that second round eco. No plant to come through. Rooster really, really looking to reach forward as quickly as possible. Doing, of course, to Hello Kitten what Greyhound did to them yesterday on Inferno. A little bit more one-sided, though, but that's the confidence that you kind of want to see. Reap the rewards of having that charge forward. Because, as I said, you very much look to carry that momentum on into the final map of the series. And again, it's away from the middle of the map pool. It is Nuke. And I think they certainly would have got a bit of a spook from series on Wednesday. ASAP getting Roffelco as well. Already a strong opener, Komodo.
Very cheeky pick. Not something that you see too often. A boost at the spammable half wall across the bridge. Free of charge pick as well. All the Rooster members escaping the action. Meanwhile, Chelios is waiting to find some good timing for himself over at long. And with Nedic taking contact on that fight, it is going to bring Chal in, but Motion is absolutely aware of that bait and switch. Now brings it back into the 4 versus 4.
So where do they go with it from here? Just can start to fall away. Looks like they're not overly keen on sending it down towards B just yet. And there is 3 members of Rooster here. Obviously lesser equipped. There is still Molly in the hands of ADK, who obviously has been having a bit of a heater. All of them have on Rooster. No one really falling behind, as you mentioned earlier. Nedic leading the charge, but everyone doing their bit. Valhalla keen to kind of move forward. Hasn't made the footstep just yet. Do you think they actually want to walk through it here, which is a very, very big risk? ADK has a spot, is ready for it, but...
Oh, Molly's
ready, yeah. Will it go too far, though? Not even going to go off at all. They will be able to knife onto that. Nedic gets one more, but ASAP... Oh, he's good. He will lock it. No need for help or support at all, Hugh. 1v3, 15 seconds. And ASAP, 4 of his own.
Really big from him, realizing the situation at hand when his teammate does lose his life outside that monster tunnel. So Just some quick sharp shots from him. It does assist that Hello Kitten start to pull out utility by getting deeper into the site and not clearing out any pesky angles. But I just got to say, right, Rooster are playing this map well measured. They're playing exactly how they need to, catching Hello Kitten off time and time again, individually winning these duels, team-wise winning these duels. And this is the last-ditched attempt for Hello Kitten to try and start a bit of a retake, if possible, on this map. Start to make a resurgence. As they forced up the weaponry. No real utility.
At least he does get one after getting dunked upon just then. So many rounds that Hello Kitten need to find for any sort of resurgence. You know, even after finding 4, 5, 6, you still question it a fair bit. Good damage dealt, though, as a response. ADK also getting taken down low on the other side of the map, down towards B. That was by Falcon. The bomb is still there, though, so all this control that Hello Kitten might be for naught if they cannot get that bomb back into play, especially with 2 members of Rooster still locked and loaded on that B side. One of them is ASAP, who had a bit of a tear in the previous round with that 4K on the FAMAS.
Yeah.
This time with an AK in hand.
And you look towards the economy of Rooster at the moment as well, and it's actually quite resettable. TJP and Nedic a little bit more far forward than the rest of the boys, but ASAP and ADK really lacking behind. So all it's going to take is 2 rounds for Hello Kitten, and they can start to really just nip at the butt of that one. Another good frag to come through from the T's, as this 5 versus 2 now will start to shift focus towards the A side of things. Bit of utility to assist their way in. Bomb plant down, and it's just going to be up to ASAP and ADK if they want to go in for any damage of their own, because any damage would impact the economy of Hello Kitten as well.
Yeah, these 2 members staying alive is going to be super crucial. The rest of the members of Rooster can bite. Nedic can drop over the AWP for Chelios, so it'll be all good there. But I do feel like that was Rooster's round that they threw away a little bit. You know, sure, it was just a bit of a buy-the-buy position for them, but overall didn't look super crash hot in the way that they kind of tried to take that extra control. Hello Kitten just sort of had them walk into their crosshairs in some positions, but those are the kind of rounds you can afford to lose for Rooster. They don't throw anything away, as we mentioned, and even though they are still 10 rounds ahead, now 9, you know, they're still happy to save those weapons into the next round, not taking any risks. They want to close this one strong. They want to get the punish, and they want to take that spot over at ESL Pro League.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, right, as far as Rooster are concerned at the moment, what is certain is they're a map down. This map is not done just yet. Hello Kitten can technically win this series too. Oh, it would take a lot of brilliance from them to do so, but getting the first round there is the first step along a big marathon. So I do respect the fact that Rooster go for the save. It allows a full comfortable purchase to come into round 20 here. They got a lot of util to play with as well.
Early spam from ADK. No reward, however. Waffleco will get the nade, though, down. Tickles the toes of ADK. So at least there is a bit of early damage favoring Hello Kitten. Smoke does now fade. Falcon straight onto that line. It's all a game of timing. We've seen it plenty. Okay, spots the shoulder, but he does walk straight back into that crosshair. Now Falcon, he's keen, he's hungry, but they've called him back. They've tugged at the leash, and he will pull away.
What is the cause of action for Rooster on the back of losing ADK? Group up 2 on the B site, and the other 2 over at A start to push up through towards short. Do have a lurking soldier in Hugh playing out towards the fountain. So as far as Hello Kitten are concerned, it's just playing the waiting game. Let Sleeping Dogs lie for a bit and wake them up a little bit later.
Well, unless ASAP goes big here, it's just an immediate save round. Look at the reposition. Rooster think they've got a read on it. Pushed all the way up towards that A position. It's going to be a flash through monster. So this is where the focus will lie. Flash over the top. It's going to go off the pillar. And that will give a little bit of more look into the site for ASAP. But it's so awkward. If he gets this first, maybe there's something. But no, Valhalla's going to pick up 2 for his troubles. Chelios misses a shot as well. And that's an immediate force away. If you are Rooster, you want to get the hell on out of here. Nedic, though. Actually, look, even saving 1 weapon, probably not worth it at this point in time. Nothing else to play in with him for the next round. Nedic's going to go hunting. Valhalla will be taken down. So that's not a bad result. Hugh's going to walk straight through that fire and take him down. So Rooster's not going to be too concerned about that one either. So they drop down. They take that understood eco. They might even want to save twice, to be honest. You know, build that loss bonus back up. don't kind of lose the stranglehold that they have on this map here, Rooster.
Look, if they just go for one full eco here, that's enough money to get a pretty comfortable purchase for Rooster. So we will wait and see if that is going to be the turnout. But for this round, as far as things are concerned, you know, it should always land on Hello Kitten. Just see what kind of damage Rooster can do, how quickly they want to get into the next round. We talk about the time, right, for the Kiwi lads. It's currently 10:15 here, getting into the later hours, right? You can talk about fatigue if you've had a big day. A couple of these rounds you might want to get done a bit quicker if you don't see yourselves a way to be winning the victory of it. Rooster, though, they go for a bit of a gamble stack outside connector. See what pistols can do, but Falcon's just going to be the one to call the audible. They've gotten into B, him and Roffelco.
Happy days. Hugh, just waiting for the waltz on into the crosshair. Chelios spotted. He's got to be careful to overswing. Obviously, that little stack can always be dicey to face off against. And Hugh's not even over-investing either. Doesn't want to mess up. Just ASAP to watch from Divider towards the position. No, not quite. But there's the frag. That can be that saved AK into the next round. Help him out greatly. So, yeah, really, really solid result in the end for Rooster. Hello Kitten just need to keep the 5 alive. Because at the end of the day, they've got 1 round behind them. So they don't want to be ecoing at any point.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely not. It has to be flawless from here on out, essentially. If you do drop a round, make sure you've got enough money in the back pocket to try and get it into an overtime situation as well. So far, though, Mitch, they've been navigating these past couple of rounds quite well. Very measured. 80k for the time being is just going to keep that AK in toward the next round. So it's just probably going to be this 1 eco round. In the next. Let's have a look at it. Might even be a half buy instead of another eco, to be honest with you. On a C, juggling around weapons, A1S purchased up, and an A4, so it is the full commitment. They're going to be downtrodden on just a small bit of utility. Chelios can technically drop a piece of util too. That mechanic's available.
Who's left the bomb, boys? Still in spawn.
In a in a very far away spawn, a map like Overpass T side 2. Now Hugh has to be the sacrifice to go back and get it.
Yeah, who have they sent back? Hugh. That's okay. Good man. Well done. That's all right. They've still got plenty of time in the round. Early position, not really forced to hand. Roffelco's made his way into short. He's been a little quiet this map so far. I think he's been one of the ones with many of the technical issues as well. So, at least that position is found. Rooster are pretty far forward. Inside Divider, just towards one toilet. Motion being the one to kind of watch that position. So he's going to send himself out, but realistically, it does look like the eyes are towards that beast site again. And it's going to be ASAP to punish Roffelco, so that's a great opening there. Nicely done. Chelios taken low, punished. So it is back to the equal 4-4.
And he didn't really do too damage on towards motion either. So the T's having a bit better of a situation. ASAP down to half HP. This duel between motion and Nedic is going to be a big one. Footsteps, stomping. There is a trade potential. Oh, a reload actually for motion. But Val, he's going to scoop himself in. It should be a free kill for him, but he turns around at the wrong possible time. Nedic, he does get traded. It's going to expose a gap here for Rooster, but with only 30 seconds to go, Hugh going into B should give up the information, and that's where Hello Kitten are tending toward.
Look at the rotation as well. ASAP's been pulled up somehow. Now the utility will go out. ASAP, 80k rather, has to be the hero again, but he won't be. TJP at least does manage to fell Valhalla, so that brings it back to the 2-on-2. And it really just depends about where Hugh wants to go here. He does drop in towards the water, but ASAP is out. TJ joining him. Should know now. Information gathered. Big nade from Hugh. Damage dealt. Now Hugh, one little bit of HP for ASAP, and it's not enough to hold on. Hugh gets the clinch. 8 rounds now for Hello Kitten. I'm not going to say the comeback is on, because that's the caster curse in a nutshell. So 6 rounds of difference, still plenty of work to be done, but Rooster are battling the economic game. Chelios is invested in because he knows he can probably get an AWP up at a later stage anyway. But they are taking a couple of risks here where Rooster is starting to be put into a little bit of disarray. They cannot lose their control that they set the pace early on.
Yeah, such a scattered buy coming into this round as well for Rooster. Really big Hail Mary attempt to see what Chell's going to be able to do with this M4. I almost kind of don't like the fact that he is pushing so far because it's the thing that he could be using a little bit later on. Regardless, loses that duel, so it is null and void. Definitely a big chance again for Hello Kitten just to get these 3 rounds cleanly. Make things a little bit easier on this climb up the mountain. And so far, so good. Not a single player losing their lives. Just ASAP before we do get into the next round where we will have another purchase. Chelios, the one without the big old money, however.
Happy to keep on kicking. Another 9. Easy done. There's that economy reset. But yeah, what does Chelios do here? Does he make the old call, 80k buy me? Yep, there's the drop. There's the switch over. M4 immediately.
Yep.
The communications have already occurred. Glass cannon ult for Chell. Game time. 5 rounds the difference here. Starting to pick back up well and truly. So much more work to do, but it is just about putting the pieces. It's like finding the corners of the puzzle, then the edges, then the centerpiece. Centerpiece still a little bit away, but it's certainly starting to form a bit more of a picture. And yes, they are. I suck it.
Same. Probably helps. Color for a puzzle though. Gives you a good idea of what's where.
I saw an invisible puzzle the other day, where it's just all clear pieces.
Be
wild.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we got in the game at the moment, though. Invisible pieces. No one yet able to figure out exactly what goes where to find that ultimate victory. Rooster. As you made mention to, Chelios with that AWP, the request. We'll see if it pays off. As it is just a stalemate at the moment. A minute to go. Enough utility for Hello Kitten to still find an execution on towards this A side. However, that's where a bit of the forces of Rooster do lie. Chell playing deep line, Nedic playing closer. If there's not a pop flash to try and get Nedic and force Chell off the line, could be quite difficult. Or if Chell just gets off as his own volition, that's an entry in for Hello Kitten.
That's Chelios, though. Chelios doing Chelios things once more. Gets straight onto that line. Motion was onto it, but peeking into it with full confidence. 30 seconds now. They have to really get a bit of a wriggle on. 3 members tucked up over towards this site of A, and I think they have to get moving. Utility is going to go down, forced back a little bit, but tucked into the corner. You know, TJP is already here for it. 19 seconds. They need to go get moving now. Chelios with another. New drop down. Just narrowly missing the shot, but TJ is there to deny and recover. 15 now for Rooster, rather. Putting Hello Kitten back. Kind of allowing them to creep on back in a little bit. Then shutting the door right at the edge. They've now got to do it all. 6 map points for Rooster to take us to Nuke for the decider.
It's not like Hello Kitten have no weaponry where you can just seal this envelope and send it off through the post. They do have the money for the purchase. We'll see what their attempted attack is going to be. Bit of a split up, however, at the moment. The first choice, get fountain control up through towards short water, potentially for Ruffleco. Do like this from Rooster as well. A bit of a monster stacking. Nedic and Connector overlooked. Ruffleco first casualty. 80k onto Falcon, and things are going swimmingly for Rooster in round number 25.
That's done, basically. You know, it's going to be a stellar recovery, and Hugh does get it, okay. Maybe there's a world where they can find some level of entry back into this, but those opening picks, you know, Nedic obviously leaving that door open, lulling Ruffleco into a false sense of security. Chelios getting the leg shot again. He's really sort of picked back up in these last few rounds. I mean, look, the rest of the team was kind of doing what they needed to, but, you know, it's always the captain to kind of get everyone back in order. When the team falls off, he brings them all back on board. And now, a weakened-looking Hello Kitten needing to move on in. I think Hugh actually made some sound there. They are going to be ready for it, though. There's 2 members here, Rooster. Can they make it work?
Oh, that incendiary is just going to buy so much time for Rooster as well. There's another one on TJP. Unfortunately for Rooster, he's not currently quite near the action, but here we go. 20 seconds. Hello Kitten, can they do it?
Chelios Locking down Hugh. That is the low member, though. ADK here, just on the other side of the barrels. 3 members here. TJP to drop. And I think Komodo, Motion, 1v4 might be a bit beyond him with only 10 seconds left on the clock. There we go. It will be ASAP to close, and it will be Rooster taking us to a third map here on Nuke. An incredible run there. They looked so much better. 11-4 half. You started to see a little bit of a call for concern, but it never really kind of got thrown out the window, right? Rooster was still in control. They were still applying pressure. And with that sort of second to last round on the A side, Chelios stepped up, locked them into position, and was able to have the captain close out the map. So Nuke around the corner. What are your thoughts?